Hi guys, Billy back, and this time we're looking at the 1/10 scale ZD Toys Iron Monger figure, and I've already got a problem with it, but we're going to get into that in a minute. But first of all, let's take a look at the packaging. You can see you've got the Infinity Saga, you've got a lovely picture of the figure there, you've got a really cool sort of logo for Iron Monger there, Iron Man logo, official Disney product, Infinite Action X, Iron Monger on the side here with some nice design work. There's also a whole load of promo pics on the back, and you can see Iron Monger on that side. Again, on this side we've got a picture of the figure, and we've also got Iron Monger written there. And that's about it. But if we open this up, it's got a sort of magnetic clasp on it. Let me pull it open. Here we go. We can see it's got a little bit of an explanation about what's going on here, which button you press, and the sort of USB charger piece here. And then inside, there's the figure. Overall, I really like the packaging. It's metallic in certain places, and it's got some really nice artwork on there. The spot foil print there, etc. Yeah, I have to say, I really like this. The box is really sturdy. The card is really tough and firm. It feels quality, you know. This is something that maybe Marvel Legends could learn from, because it just feels quality. Okay, let's just open this up and have a look at exactly what it's like out of the box. Okay, just taking him out of the box, you can see he feels actually really light. It's quite surprising. This is like a really sort of like hollow plastic inside all these pieces. So when they fitted this all together, it doesn't have much weight to it. It's incredibly light, I must say. And then on the back here, you can see this is the button for the lights. You press that on, we can see it's starting to light up, but unfortunately we need to charge it a little bit more because it's slightly faded. So give me a minute, I'm going to charge it up and give it a go. Okay, so taking off that panel was a bit of a pain in the butt. The port in the bottom of it is a bit angular. So when you're actually trying to pull it out, it doesn't come out pretty cleanly. You've got to yank it around and move it about a bit. It does come out eventually, and there's the USB port. Then we turn it around, we can see it's glowing red. Now that red light will turn off once it's fully charged. Okay, while it's charging up, let's have a look at it compared to the Marvel Legends, because I know that's exactly what you wanted to look at. And you can see they're almost the same height, except for the Marvel Legends one is slightly, just a tad bit taller. And can you see the problem with that? This is supposed to be a 1/10 scale figure. This is 1/12. This is supposed to be 1/10. Yeah, this guy here should be absolutely shitting his pants stood next to this guy, because this one should be leaning all the way over on him going like, "The fuck you want, bruh?" But he's not. It's a little bit smaller than a 1/12 scale figure. Very disappointing, intensely disappointing. I should have known, because the price just seemed a little bit under what I thought something like an Iron Monger in 1/10 scale should be. So I'm not massively surprised, and this isn't the first time ZD Toys have done this. They did the Hulkbuster 2.0, I believe, as part of an endgame range, and that was barely taller than a normal Iron Man figure from the same range. So they're not very good with the big figs. And honestly, I think looking at them side by side, apart from the paint app, the Marvel Legend puts this one to shame. Articulation wise, they've got like pistons up here that move in and out. This guy doesn't. The head sculpt moves. This head doesn't move at all. The body proportions are just, this upper body is absolute beastly on this guy, and he weighs quite a bit, whereas this guy doesn't weigh much at all, and he's just got a really sort of slimmer profile from the side. It's just really disappointing. And look at the discs on the arm here to the disc on the arm here. It's way smaller, and it's so much underscaled compared to this guy, and it's supposed to be, you know, 1/10 scale. So honestly, if you were going to get this guy to stand with your 1/10 scale Iron Man, he's going to be very underscaled compared to those. Okay, so he's fully charged up now, so we can actually have a play around and see what it's like. There is absolutely, well, a little bit, practically no movement in the head here. These pistons don't move at all. The shoulder pads on the Marvel Legends are attached to this bit, but they're actually attached to the arms here, and they do actually articulate a little bit, but you know, it kind of gets in the way with that blockiness. And the arm goes up, but then it starts to rub here on the bottom of the piston, but they can go all the way around. The arms can go up to shoulder height and do a T-pose. There is a bicep swivel. You can get not even 90-degree bend in the arm there. Torso can spin left and right, but there's no pivot or rocking. There is swivel up at the hips, and they do have a drop down joint so then they can actually come down and go way up, which is really cool. And there is a 90-degree bend in the leg there, so this part of the foot goes up and down like that, and this toe lifts up and goes back, but that's about it. With regards to accessories, he comes with nothing. They didn't even provide an extra USB lead so you could charge the figure, which is a little bit disappointing in my eyes. But not only that, you don't get any extra hands or anything. Again, a bit disappointing. But let's take a look at the paint app, because that's where this guy really shines. There's some absolutely lovely details. You can see they've even put in the little sort of like coil pieces from the arc reactor. Do you remember he steals it from Tony Stark when Tony built it in the cave? Well, now it's in this Iron Monger, and that looks really cool. They've even sort of like given a metallic bronze shine in there as well, so you can actually see them. Lovely little detail. You can see the sort of, I'd probably call it like burnt iron sort of paint application on there. It's kind of spotty, but it's deliberately so. And very metallic and shiny all the way through and reflective. And you can see it goes up into the face mask and everything. And then coming down into the arms, they've got some really great sculpting in the actual bodywork itself. It's way more defined than the Marvel Legends version. Some nice sort of like pinkish hues, pinky purpley hues on some of these sort of pieces here. They've even got some down in the bottom of the feet. And turn it around, you can see there's even a hue on that joint there. And just all the sculpting and detail, it is way more defined than it is on the Marvel Legends one. And that's where this guy really shines. I absolutely love the paint application on him. It's quite impressive for such a small scale figure. I mean, looking at the back of them together, you can see just how much detail they've put more into this Iron Monger for ZD Toys than they have with the Marvel Legend. It's just bare plastic on a lot of this figure, whereas this guy has painted in defined pieces. It's just exemplary. And this is where ZD Toys always brings the thunder with the paint applications. They always seem to do a really good job. I know some people weren't impressed with the War Machine Mark 1. I wasn't too bad with it, but this guy, yeah, I must say, I do like the paint application on him. But I think we all know I'm mildly underwhelmed by this release from ZD Toys, to be honest. Okay, so overall, what do I think about the figure? Paint application is really good. I do like what they've done here. The burnt iron for the armor, I really like all the little silver bits. They've given him these slight purpley pinkish hues in some of the metal just to change things up and bring them to life a little bit more. So that is great. The scale is pants. It is crap beyond belief. I can't believe that this was supposed to be a 1/10 scale. I suspect some people were lying, and I think the promo sort of advertisements claimed it was 1/10 scale, but it's not. It is absolutely not going to fit in with your ZD Toys. That being said, it may just fit in with your Marvel Legends. So if you want a better painted Iron Monger for your shelf, this guy might be a nice touch. However, he does lack a little bit of hefty bulk in the upper body to really make him an imposing and intimidating figure. And here he is with the ZD Toys Iron Man Mark IV Light Up Edition. And you can see, yeah, he is still big, he is still quite chunky, and he will look okay standing with the ZD Toys. But he won't be the impressive, hefty, chunky boy that you would expect him to be when standing next to the rest of the Iron Man suits. So overall, the paint application is good, the sculpting is good, the articulation is a little bit disappointing, and the scale is massively underwhelming. Very disappointed with this myself, and I hate to say it, but I think if you want a Iron Monger in small scale, you're probably better off going with the Marvel Legend. It really is going to look far more impressive on the shelf than this guy. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. If you do me a favour now, you get the fuck out of my cave. I'm just going to hide this guy back in his box, I think. Yeah, this one may not stay in the collection. We'll see. Thanks a lot guys. Bye bye. And then down into the legs, you can have a joint that goes up about that much, but it does drop down. Yeah.